Today we are going to discuss about array types in programming languages. What are the different kinds of array types? What is an array and what are the different kinds of an array type? Different kinds of array types in programming languages we are going to discuss about. So let us understand what is an array first. An array is an aggregate of homogeneous data elements in which an individual element is defined by its position in the aggregate relative to the first element. So an array is an aggregate of homogeneous data elements in which individual elements is defined. An individual element is defined by its position in the aggregate relative to the first element. So there are two kinds of arrays in programming languages. One is heterogeneous arrays and the other one is rectangular arrays and jagged arrays. So what are heterogeneous arrays and what is array indexing and what are the different kinds of operations that we can do on arrays? Let us discuss in this class. So let us understand what is array indexing. Array indexing is indexing or subscripting. It is a technique of mapping from indices to elements. It is mapping from indices to elements that can be defined as array name, defined with array name, index value list and an element. That is the syntax of array indexing. Now index syntax may be vary from language to language. So for Fortran and PLI, ADA uses parentheses for indexing, and ADA explicitly uses parentheses to show uniformity between array references and functional calls because both are mappings. Most of the other languages use brackets for indexing. So there are different kinds of indexing types. Index types means the types of data we are representing in arrays. So Fortran and C contains only integer types of arrays only, and ADA uses integers or enumerated types that includes both boolean and character values. Java contains or Java represents only integer types only. And subscript binding, that is array index binding. What are the different kinds of binding ways binding the array indexes? Static binding, fixed stack dynamic binding, stack dynamic binding, fixed heap dynamic binding, heap dynamic binding. These are all the different kinds of subscript bindings in programming languages. Now let us discuss about what is static binding. Static subscript binding is subscript ranges are statically bound and storage allocation is static. That is, storage allocation is done before the runtime, hence that is called as static binding. And now fixed stack dynamic binding. So the subscript ranges are statistically bound, but the allocation is done at the declaration time. So the allocation can be done at declaration time. It is static, but the allocation is done at the declaration time, hence it is called as fixed stack dynamic binding, dynamic subscript binding. The other one is stack dynamic subscript binding. That is, the subscript ranges are dynamically bound and the storage allocation is dynamic, that is, that can be done at runtime. So the storage allocation can be done at runtime, hence it is called as stack dynamic binding, stack dynamic subscript binding. The difference between stacks dynamic subscript binding and fixed stack dynamic subscript binding is fixed stack dynamic binding. In fixed stack dynamic binding, allocation is done at declaration time, but in stack dynamic subscript binding, storage allocation is done at dynamic time, that is at runtime only, hence it is called as stack dynamic subscript binding. The other one is fixed heap dynamic subscript binding, that is, which is similar to stack dynamic subscript binding. Storage binding is dynamic but fixed after allocation. That is, binding is done when requested and storage is allocated from heap, not in the stack. Hence, it is called as heap dynamic subscript. Fixed heaps dynamic subscript binding. That is, storage allocation is done from heap only, not from the stack. Hence, it is called as fixed heap dynamic binding. And the other one is heap dynamic binding. So binding of subscript ranges and storage allocation is dynamic and may change any number of times, and it can be changed any number of times. Hence it is called as heap dynamic subscript binding. So that is, allocated memory size may memory storage allocation memory allocation may be vary at any time. Hence it is called as heap dynamic subscript binding. Now let us understand how to initialize arrays in different kinds of languages, different kind of programming languages. Some languages allow initializations at the time of storage allocation. So what are the different ways of initializing in different programming languages? In C, C++, Java and C#, initialization can be done at the declaration time, like in this way. Int list is the array name and it contains some of the array elements. Character string in C, C++ can be done in with the help of character array, and the value is assigned into the array. And array of strings in C, C++ can be done with the help of Angular braces. And in Java, initialization of string objects can be done with the help of string data type, string array, and the array name is name, and the values are array assigned with the help of array list. So these are all the different kind of array initializations that can be done at the time of storage allocation. At the time of storage allocation, we can assign values in some programming languages. Those are C, C++, Java and C# also. And now let us discuss about heterogeneous arrays. What is a heterogeneous array? A heterogeneous array is one in which the elements need not to be of the same type. Generally, what is the definition of an array in programming languages? An array may contain homogeneous type of data. So in some programming languages, the data must not be in heterogeneous arrays. In heterogeneous arrays, the data must not be of homogeneous. It may contain heterogeneous data. That means that is of different kinds of types. May integer, may character, may boolean. An array may contain different types, but it must and should not have in the same type. If an array contains different types of elements, then it is called as heterogeneous array. These heterogeneous arrays are supported by Perl, Python, JavaScript and Ruby, not in C, C++ and Java also. What are the different? So in heterogeneous arrays, there are different kinds of array operations are there. So what are the different kinds of array operations and which languages supports their array operation? APL provides the most powerful array processing operations for vectors and matrix as well as unary operators. For example, to reverse column elements, we can use array processing operations. Adder allows array assignment but also array concatenation, and Python allows array assignments, but they are only reference changes. Python also supports array concatenation and element membership operations also. Ruby also provides array concatenation. Fortran provides elemental operations because they are between the pairs of array elements. For example, plus operator between two arrays results in an array of the sum of the element pairs of the two arrays. That is, it performs addition of two array elements. concatenation operation is performed between two arrays with the help of plus operator. Now the next one is rectangular and jagged arrays. A rectangular array is a multidimensional array in which all of the rows have the same number of elements and all the columns have the same number of elements. A rectangular array is a multidimensional array in which all of the rows have the same number of elements, not same elements, same number of elements. That is, say an array contains 3 rows and 3 columns. That is called as same number of rows and same number of columns. So a rectangular array is a multidimensional array in which all of the rows have the same number of elements and all of the columns have the same number of elements. Now what is a jagged array? A jagged array has rows with varying number of elements. Rows with varying number of elements. Possibly when multidimensional arrays actually appear as, so the jagged array appear as arrays of arrays. C, C++ and Java supports jagged arrays. Fortran, Ada and C# supports rectangular arrays. C# also supports jagged arrays. Now what are slices? What is meant by a slice and what are the slices? Which language supports the concept of slice? You can understand now. A slice is some substructure of an array, nothing more than the referencing mechanism. So a slice is a referencing mechanism. It is a substructure of an array. Substructure is nothing but a part of an array, representing a part of an array. Slices are only useful in languages that have array operations. Slices are used only in the languages which support array operations. So mostly slices are supported in Fortran 95. So slices can be represented with the type and the dimensions and the value. So integer, the dimensions and the type. Integer, dimensions and the type of the slice we are representing. So this is of the way how we can represent slices. Now let us understand how to access, what are the different ways to access multidimensional arrays. There are 2 different ways for accessing multidimensional arrays in common. There are row measure order and the other one is column measure order. Row measure order used in most of the languages, but column measure order is used only in Fortran language. So this is about array types.